Hi, welcome back to our channel. A few of you recently have asked how and why we've adventurized these bikes for our up-and-coming motorcycle adventure. So it'll be my pleasure to give you a walk around of exactly how and why we did the things we did. Okay, so 2 months ago we bought these two KTM 500 EXC-Fs. This is my bike, this is Lisa's bike. This bike had 600 miles on the clock, Lisa's bike had 800 miles on the clock. The only difference between the two bikes is that Lisa has the lowered seat. Other than that, they're both identical. So when choosing these bikes, they had to meet 3 criteria. Firstly, they needed to be lightweight. Second, they needed to have good performance, and third, they needed to have good fuel range. The last thing we want is to be fixing and replacing parts in the field. We went for the fit and forget approach when designing these bikes. We wanted to fit quality parts that were likely to withstand the punishment we put them through. We swapped out our stock KTM wheels for stronger Warp 9 wheels. They made a harder, high quality stainless steel and aluminium. They even come with a larger rotor for greater stopping power. Ideally, we want to prevent broken spokes and bent rims in the middle of nowhere, don't we? So moving on to my favourite part of the build, this is the Nomad ADV Tower. It comes with 2 Baja design LED lights, each one is 26 watts, and they kick out a massive 3150 lumens. It's a definite upgrade over the original headlight. So it comes with these 4 switches, which I've used for high beam, heated clothing, a USB port, and also the power for this tablet. One of the advantages of this tower is that it really does give us plenty of room to mount instruments like this. So we installed these tiny LED turn signals. We felt we didn't want anything that protruded too far out that could potentially get broken off in a fall. So this is our sat-nav, and this is by a company called Carpit. It's an Android device and it comes with a series of navigation apps, but you can also use things like Google. So if I want to search for something, I can use Google. If I want to send and receive a message on WhatsApp, I can do. If I want to make a phone call, I can also use the phone app. And if I want to listen to some music, I can go onto Spotify. So you can see that you can load whatever you want onto there like any other device. On the handlebars, we have 2 sets of buttons. We have 4 on this side and we have 4 on this side. These work in conjunction with the sat-nav. So if I want to move the map, I can move the map either up, down, left or right, zoom in or out without taking my hands off the handlebars. So we fitted a steering damper to both bikes. This one is by a company called MSC Moto. So what's a steering damper? Well, it's this device here. It's used to control handlebar movement and reduce vibration, which minimises the impact of sudden jolts. This in turn enhances stability and rider control off-road. We've installed a handlebar bracket. It comes pre-threaded and it means we can mount any accessories we want. Moving on to the handguards, these are pretty self-explanatory. These particular ones are made by Tusk. There's loads of manufacturers out there that make them. They're designed to protect the levers in the event of a fall, and they also give your hands some wind protection. Typically, we wouldn't ride with an air cushion off-road, but while sitting for long hours on-road, this air cushion saves our backsides and means we can ride all day. The smaller tank on the stock bike is just a little bit too small and would have been a bit of a deal breaker. Thankfully, IMS make this larger tank, and this one is 17 litres or 4.5 US gallon and will give us a range of about 200 miles. Moving down to the engine, we installed a deeper clutch cover which increases oil capacity. This equates to lower temperatures, greater service intervals and a longer life for our engines. We swapped out the stock foot pegs for these wider aluminium ones, which give greater grip, stability and control. We also swapped out the gear shifter and the brake lever for more robust aluminium ones. we fitted this aftermarket aluminium skid plate which protects the engine from rocks and debris. It comes with this integrated compartment which is really handy for tools. We'll be spending many hours in the saddle, so we wanted a seat that would provide greater comfort over the stock seat. This seat by seat concept starts off narrow but then widens out towards the back. This gives greater support for the sitting bones and provides greater comfort. These bikes were never designed to carry the kind of weight that we're carrying on them, and even though we're running a rackless Moscow Moto luggage system, we felt that we needed to give the subframe some additional support. So to help support the weight, we fitted a rear rack by True North Motos. We swapped out the stock kickstand for the stronger aluminium offering from Trailtech. We went for these wing mirrors by Double Take Mirrors because they're highly adjustable, which means that we can move them in any position we want. And when we're off-road, we can move them completely out of the way, or we can take them off altogether. Next up is the Atlas Throttle Lock. It's a cruise control for a motorcycle. To use it, you press this top button here and it locks the throttle into place. It means that I can take my right hand off the handlebars and the bike won't decelerate. To release it, I press this bottom button here. It's a super simple device but works really effectively. These bikes, being single cylinder, do produce quite a bit of vibration through the bars. To offset some of this, we've installed the better quality Pro grips. We installed a Warp 9 rear wheel with Cush Drive hub. It helps absorb shocks and vibrations, so it's kinder on the gearbox, especially when accelerating and decelerating on the tarmac. To protect the rear rotor from potential damage, we fitted a Tusk rotor protector. That pretty much sums up the modifications we've made to our bikes. We've left a list of all the parts in the description below. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave your comments in the comments section below, and we'll see you in the next video.